Yes, people, big up. Welcome to Never a Foul. If you've never been there before, just make sure you smash the like button. Even if you don't stay around, it's like, you know what? If you just want to have that little help for the video, you know what to do. Subscribe as well. But yeah, big up anyone that's here. We're going to be talking about obviously England. Obviously he's coming home, as we know. Even Martin agrees this time around, I hope. It's just in our favor. Everyone's talking about England right now. We're playing on Wednesday, right? We must be playing on Wednesday.
Wednesday, 8 p.m.
Yeah, Wednesday. And then you lot might have seen news about Chilwell and about being a potential Man United target. But then obviously big up Sam C, even though he's never gonna see this, come and hit us with a Gutiérrez talk for Girona. Talks have been opened. So that kind of saved the day a little bit. You got Liverpool, they're looking at Bremer as one of the centre-back options, which is quite interesting. I'm not too sure if people rate him or not, but I'm pretty sure Ty can give an opinion on that, and I'm pretty sure you can too, Ahmed. Since you're over there in Italy scouting, allegedly, belonging.
What's going on, bro? Listen, Chelsea's made me a full-time scout these days, man. You know what I mean? With what they're doing. It's not my fault, bro. It's not my fault. My club's doing this to me.
Yeah. And then the last one, have you not seen this? But Kane has been offered out to all top clubs. 25 million was the other day, and then they're saying he's been offered to apparently Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, and I think Arsenal. I think
Sancho.
No, Chiesa, not Sancho. So I think Sancho was one as well, which was interesting because your
Manchester was early in the day. Sancho was early in the
Sancho, you're doing that with Sancho. You're offering him out everyone like it's car boot sale, and everyone's telling
the issue is it's the price, man. I don't think everyone's telling you. That's the issue. The Sancho
it might make sense though when you think about it. Obviously, if Chiesa is the one being moved on, obviously at Juve, then you're looking at Juve looking at a 5 million loan option to buy for Sancho, 1 in, 1 out. Like it kind of makes sense.
But then I saw what is it today about Marseille and Greenwood.
Yeah, I think you'd suit them because don't forget the manager was De Zerbi.
Yeah. So what? Marseille just got a new ownership all of a sudden, or because I thought their finances were in the bin.
No, Marseille have like a really big fan base. They actually they get money. So like they're a big club also in France. They're the second biggest club after PSG, money wise. I would say so. They have money to spend.
I didn't think so because I know they made quite a few signings over there, and it's just like if there's anyone that looks like they might be
really trying to get back in the Champions League. Like that's Derby's big aim, really, to get them back in the Champions League.
Didn't they not?
They've got a stadium. Let's be real, the Velodrome. Everyone knows how great that stadium is.
That is a good stadium.
They're diehard fans. South Coast, down there. They're not playing about. And I'll be honest with you, me as like a football fan, I want to see Marseille like back competing for the French league and stuff. I want it to be competitive. I don't want to see PSG just win it very easy every year. So like next year with this derby, if Mason's there, whoever else is there, and they sign and and they can move forward. Hopefully, you got Aubameyang still there up front at the moment. They can have a good year. The only one that surprised me and it went well under the radar was Ilman Ndiaye. He signed for Everton. And he obviously was obviously at Marseille last year, Senegalese international. I think that's a good signing for Everton. I'm surprised Marseille got rid, but that football, I don't know.
It was a player actually. The player basically, because like he didn't really have a great season last season. I'll be honest. So the player basically was like, I need to move on. Essentially, that's what it was. They wanted the team because he actually wanted the Marseille wanted him to stay because they were like, this has only been one season. It's your boyhood club, etc. But like he was like, I want to move on. Essentially.
Yeah, fair enough. Quick one though, Martin. Like like I saw some stuff all around Man City, but it's more to do with outgoings more than incomings, if anything. Like like Edison, KDB, and that. But have you actually seen anything along like the Man City lines of transfer news? Because I was trying to scour today, and I thought, what? It's kind of weird how what is. I think maybe Man City's moving in signings, maybe like Liverpool potentially, because I just don't see any concrete targets. Even Kimmich, I ain't really seen much when it comes to Man City at the moment.
There's interest in many players. We're just not moving. We're waiting till this thing. Our squad was already pretty, not full. We had movement, but bringing 2 and 3 top players, we didn't overly have the room. So we had to wait for a few fringe players to go out the door, or players who fans were not popular with. Because the trouble is, while you've got the amount of midfielders we've got, can't just go and buy a midfielder just to pop into the middle of it. Because if you can't move on a Kovacic or a Nunes, what do you do with them? If you can't move on a Phillips, it's great saying oh, get rid of Phillips, get rid of this. We're seeing the market's dry. No one's coming. 200 million on players, and then we're stuck with Calvin Phillips on 150 grand a week. What do you do?
Maybe it's not good enough sellers. Maybe, you know what I mean. Maybe this might be the fact. You know, sometimes, you know, with certain teams, they're good at buying players at, you know, good prices, but it's not good at selling.
Are you selling players? That's why we got Cole Palmer, 50 million from you.
Hey, but listen, that was for what we got him for. You know what I mean? And the price. But you get what I'm saying to you, bro, right?
Yeah, City will make finance.
Yeah, they probably will.
But they are good at selling. What are you on about? They're probably better than you, mate.
They're not better than us at selling.
I think they're better than you, bro.
They sold worse players than Man City at better prices.
They got academy players that's going 20 million and that. I'm not being funny. People don't really kick the ball.
You've done that as well. We sell
and they're selling clauses. They even made money on Douglas Luiz.
Hey, by the way, you do realise City have made nearly 50 million quid and we've not done out.
We made literally the similar amount, but you know, at the end of the day, listen.
No, there's not one City player. Sorry, there's one City player left. We've made like 30 odd million. Douglas Luiz, we made 8.5 million. He's not been in our books for 3 years. That's what we do. We've just done it with Taylor Howard Bellis. Played one game for Manchester City virtually and got 20 odd million for him.
Yeah, I do respect the way Liverpool and Chelsea do sell players. Though I think Liverpool are the ones that actually have all the windows and the teams. I hate Liverpool the most, of course, as a Man United fan, but I respect the way they move in the transfer market. The way the Luis Diaz deal was announced, I remember in January that year, out of nowhere. Fabinho, out of nowhere. Like they do, and then they make sales. Ryan Bruce.
Liverpool made a signing, by the way, just quickly.
Who?
Liverpool. They just brought our academy guy, that Wonder Kid academy guy from us, Rio and Gumoha from us.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't heard of him. So
he's the Wonder Kid in that academy. A lot of the fan base are not too happy about that one.
Okay, interesting. So, yeah, man. I don't know. I think there is going to be movement, but we've got to also remember, Cass, as well. It's Euros. It's difficult because obviously players.
And
I know
Copa
a lot of
America.
teams are talking out now, but Copa America, Euros, and then what people don't remember is that your team might get knocked out in the round of 16 of the Euros or the group stages. People just think all of a sudden transfers are going to happen. No, that's when them players are then taking their holidays, because you got people coming back in pre-season today, like Casemiro, Mason Mount. Just an example at Man United, they've had their holiday. The players that are playing in the Euros, they didn't have their holiday and returned to pre-season later. So really, it's just one of them summers where it's going to be crazy. And I think what goes under the radar again is the Olympics. You know, you've got players playing for France. You've got Team GB are going to have a team. Actually, we're not this year, but you know, there's going to be other nations that are going to have players playing at the Olympics as well. And a lot of them is more under 21s, under 23s. But the current market that teams are buying in is under 23, is under 21. Exactly. No one's buying really these 29-year-olds at the moment and these 30-year-olds. It's kind of like Martin said, football's going through a change.
You know what it is, man? It's the pricing, bro. I think what it just comes down to is, like, if we be honest, the transfer prices are getting so crazy now that it's kind of changed the way that clubs are now getting players. They're like, we need to get these guys before they become the guys now.
And I feel like the pricing is based off what they can be, not what they've done. There's no body of work to say. Like, no offense, Cole Palmer. Obviously, we've seen what he's done now this year, but 12 months ago, no one would have expected him to do what he done at Chelsea. So everyone was like 50 million, but it's because of the body of work that we've seen. We haven't seen enough. But City obviously knew the potential, and then that's what we all realize as football fans later on. And now clubs are sort of going off that now. It's like, right, we know they're not worth 70 million now, but you know they're going to be that. Brantford's another one. Look at Everton; they want 70 million for Brantford. He's had one proper season at Everton, not played Champions League, not even played many England games, but it's like, okay, well, we know what he could become, and it's, you know what I mean, and either teams are going to take that risk or they're not.
Yeah, more than likely, yeah. But let's start off with flipping England, man. Martin's favorite subject. He absolutely loves Southgate. He's and I think we all do, you know. But England versus Netherlands, I think there's been quite a bit of talk online already with YouTubers and that talking on it. But you know, when I said a couple of weeks ago, Martin, like, no matter what happens, right, we will shit house our way through the, you know, like all the mystical eggs and of the world and all the phenoms. This is just one of them, people. You don't have to understand, right, that England, are doing England things. Yeah, we're going through. It is what it is. George, you're looking like you've been under the sun very well. Melanin is popping. I can't lie. Yeah. Can't say the same for over in this country. But the only thing I know about this country is we're beating Netherlands. Isn't that right, Martin?
Right. Okay.
Go on. No, let's keep it coming. Keep it coming.
England may fluke their way into a final, and they may fluke their way to a win. And then in the summer, at the end of the summer, the FA, and the average age of 95 will all sit in their offices, and they'll go, "Here you go, Gareth. Here's a 4-year deal." Bet you're not screaming from your rooftop, then, are you?
I'm gonna be honest. If I see a Euros or a World Cup in my lifetime, I really don't care what happens with England after that.
Do you know what? Let's be real. If he wins the Euros, go out on a high. No one wants you to be in the job anymore. You haven't got the nation behind you. Just say, do you know what? I got to a final of the Euros. I got to a semi of the World Cup, and I won a Euros. You know what? I've done well in 2 out of 3 competitions, and I won at something. And dip, because no one wants him here. I'm sorry, the football's been crap. We had the barbecue on the weekend. Big up everyone that came to the barbecue. And, we all just thought, it's going penalties. Even at 1-0, even when they scored, we actually were thinking, can we score in that last 15 minutes? It's just, you know what?
If you look at it from like a non-biased perspective, because I'm not an England fan here. I generally don't. I'm not an international football fan. I generally just watch it with a non-biased cap because I don't feel no affiliation to it. So when I look at the England team and I look at what Gareth Southgate's done, I see and I go, for me, this is the best English team in a very long time. It's the most successful English team in a very long time. So he's got to be regarded, whether it's the football, we all know the football isn't pretty. English managers in general are not renowned for playing pretty or good football. Let's look at the likes of Sean Dyche, Sam Allardyce, Steve Bruce. They all play this similar style of football. This is the English way, Everyone learned when we was younger. You get to the centre-backs, hoof it forward to the big strikers, then knock it down, and that's how you score. That's the English way. Burnley football, Sean Dyche, this is the way to do it. So when people say the football's not pretty and it's not good, can't really blame him. It's not the way that England are supposed to play. Let's be honest here, and it's not the way that the players have the ability to. So when you look at the achievements as a whole, he's probably the greatest manager England had in a very, very long time. Obviously, apart from the one that actually won something. So for me, the way I see it, if he wins again, if he somehow, like Martin says, somehow, some way he's fluked his way to a final, and he walks away with a Euros that is probably not very impressive when you look in the grand scheme of things, but it is a trophy that England haven't won. He should get the option to choose whether he stays or leaves. That's an option that no one should take away from him because his tournament and appearance records are good. He has a very good tournament record. And we, even as club fans, we know there is certain managers that just know how to get the best out of a team in a knockout game rather than doing it across the span of playing great football across 6 or 7, 8 months in the league. So if he knows how to get the job done in the knockout tournaments, which he has been doing for England, getting them to quarterfinals, semi-finals consistently, you can't really take that away from him. He's not a great manager to watch, but he's done a very good job for England. I don't really have much bad praise from him apart from the football being bad and maybe his lack of understanding of certain players' abilities.
I think people would accept his football if it led to winning like the Euros or the World Cup. If that happens, people accept playing that as crap a football as you can if you get a trophy at the end of it. That's what I'll say. Maybe you have the minority who'll be like, oh, we should be playing better football than this, etc., etc. But if you win that World Cup or Euros right now with the way you're playing, no one.
And if we're being honest, also, I'm sure everyone's watched all the other games. I think the Euros has been poor as a whole. There hasn't really been much great football. There's not been superstars lighting up the Euros like we usually see. There's been a few players, Lamine Yamal. He's been lighting up for Spain, him and Nico Williams. But apart from that, there haven't really been much stand-up performers or standout teams actually playing some good football. So as much as Southgate's been bad, so has everyone else. France, correct me if I'm wrong.
I'll tell you nothing for free. Yeah, France have been worse than England, and you can't tell me otherwise. I don't. Sorry, Barani. I know you might be Parisian over there. Yeah, but France have played arse and bin juice cheeks. They have been disgusting. They were talking diarrhea poo drizzle after a nasty ass barbecue, bro. That is the worst team to watch in the Euros. See, that game against Portugal might be one of the worst games I've ever witnessed in my entire life. I thought the England games were bad. That was sour. No open play goals except maybe one. No, not even one.
They don't have a single open play goal, by the way. And
Shocking.
if they don't get a goal and somehow beat Spain, I think they'll be the first team ever to actually get through to the literally no open play goals.
Facts.
Literally.
That's
That is a
what I'm saying.
nasty stat, by the way. That's like a very nasty stat.
Kante in the 10.
Big up Kante, man. You know what I mean? That's my midfielder.
You know what? I can't lie. Kante's unreal. Like, you know what?
That's what I'm saying.
He's
I can't
unreal.
believe it.
He's still so good, isn't it? He's still really, really good.
You know what
But
it is, though?
think,
You know what I think even Deschamps getting it wrong, though, because I look at the way they set up, like Griezmann, for me, obviously he's a bit older now, but his intelligence is like finding space in a little pocket or arriving onto the end of things and whatnot. When he's playing for France, the change of formation Deschamps got, he's got Tchouaméni, he's got Kante, and he had Camavinga playing against Portugal the other day. So he's got a front three of, I believe it was Colin Mawani started, there's Mbappe and Griezmann. You've got Griezmann playing out basically as a right winger. For me, at his age now into his 30s, he's not a right winger no more. That's what I've seen him do at Real Sociedad at the start of his career. He needs to be playing central, trying to get in between the lines, making something happen. Griezmann, for me, is not like, I know a lot of people rate him. I think he's good, but I've never like taken to him fully. However, I do understand his importance at Atletico and what he's done for them. And if you're going to get the best out of Griezmann, I think it's kind of giving him the keys, just play centrally and be their sort of creator. Because no matter what we say or think about Griezmann, for France, he's kind of Mr. France. When it comes to the big tournaments and the big moments, he's been consistent. He's always been a player that's always started and seen out games. But he got subbed in the 66th minute the other day. And I was even like, like, Griezmann's coming off, because normally I'm seeing him. He's the type that would probably play the whole 120 minutes. I thought. I just think France at the moment just haven't got that proper right chemistry. I don't think Colin Mawani's been that great at PSG, and I liked him at Frankfurt. I don't think he's had a great.
What did you call him?
And Marcus Thuram, let's be real, he runs like he's got pencils in his hamstrings. He can't run no more. Marcus Thuram is so tight, he can't move.
Let me know what did you call Colin Mawani? You and what's it called? Baines. Go on, let me know.
But baby Martial. I like Colin Mawani.
I didn't rate him like that.
They play nothing alike as well, man.
But now they don't. Yeah.
You know what it is? Yeah, I actually think Dembele actually kind of played well when he came on.
He did.
Maybe he needed. Yeah. So maybe play again. Griezmann in the 10. I think it's much better. If you're gonna play Tchouaméni as Kante too, maybe play Griezmann in that 10 role a bit more to find a space in that area.
Yeah,
and then have a striker that maybe.
I think the problem is with Deschamps is he leans into his favorite players far too much. Like playing Rabiot, playing Colin Mawani, when he knows he's got better talent, even in the players that didn't get picked, they've got very talented players, a lot of creative players. Look, at least they didn't even get picked up like after the season he's had, even though it's been injuries and in and out. We all know the quality that he could have brought to this team and the sort of chance creation that they're lacking. France are the one team, they've got loads of players. Ryan Cherky, they've got like abundance of it in the team of players.
Yeah, they're all going to the Olympics, isn't it?
They're going to the Olympics, and I even saw someone there under 20, the Olympic game the other day, one of their warm-ups, and they were looking good. They're fluid. This France team looks nothing like that. So there needs to be some changes made at the senior level, definitely.
Yeah, didn't Deschamps leaving after the tournament? Though
I think so. Yeah, so I heard Zidane might take over.
Yeah, so I think maybe if Zidane comes in.
Personally, I think that's the only job Zidane will ever take.
Yeah,
I think Zidane's waiting for that job.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That job.
Do you know what? I wanted to ask something about the England game, right? Does Luke Shaw start now? He's had 30 minutes.
No.
No, I'm not trying to be biased. I'm actually saying because
I know you're not being biased.
I don't like the Trippier. The Trippier and Foden balance on the left is just not being it. At all. So like, does Luke?
You think that's more so to do with Foden though? Do you not?
I still think Luke Shaw. I don't know. I still think Luke Shaw is one of the best. I think Luke Shaw's still one of the better left backs. If he was if he was fit, like match fit, and he didn't have the injuries for, I think I'd still.
Would you not play for 60 minutes?
Do we not think that they should?
This isn't a group stage game, bro. This is a knockout round, bro. It's not no group stage game, bro.
You were saying with Trippier though, once.
No, we're worse with Trippier on the pitch. Every time he comes off, we play better when he gets subbed.
I think Luke Shaw was good when he came on. I know it's only 30 minutes.
Man are tired though, bro. Man are tired, bro.
So you guys don't think you should go with the three at the back again?
Foden needs to come off the left, bro. We're playing three at the back. Foden needs to come off the left and stick Gordon there, and we'll be fine. I think Luke Shaw, for me, He's got his 30 minutes, but he still needs to get up to speed a little bit more. I think Luke Shaw is definitely for England. I rate Luke Shaw. I rate Luke Shaw anyway. When he's fit, I don't think he's as bad as Man United fans make him out to be. I think he's very tidy. I think he's got a decent delivery, and he can also play left centre back. He's a good player, but we can't act like 30 minutes of game time is enough to warrant a start in a final. Yes, we're lacking in left backs, but that's a Southgate issue. That's a Southgate issue. So I'm not saying play Saka there or anything, but stick Gordon out on the left-hand side, and I think it'll be a bit easier than having Foden.
Exactly, I agree.
How about this then? Tony's few minutes should warrant a start for England. That penalty alone warrants a start for me. Bro, how can you be no look penalties in a game like that? Drop Harry. I'm telling you now, drop Harry Kane. Get him out.
Bro,
like, no, I've seen. You know what it is, yeah? You know what it is, yeah? I've seen it, bro. When I saw man at right back, not left back this time, right back this time, I've had enough. You know what? If there's anyone, I feel
you sound like you're choking on something, bro. Calm down. Calm down. You just scored a penalty.
Don't you dare
do that, penalty, bro.
It's not that. Every time the guy comes on, he does something. Yes, it's tired legs, but I don't think Kane does anything to Van Dijk. I think Tony's more of a handful. That's it. We play better that way. You want to play Jude Bellingham doing the in behind stuff. Let's not act like why Kane probably be better as an impact.
Kane has really struggled.
Do you want to know, as a Liverpool fan, bro? Do you want to know who's going to give Van Dijk the most issues? Ollie Watkins.
Ollie Watkins, yeah, running in behind and running the channels.
He will give Van Dijk the most. Like, if you're going to say out of all English strikers, who's going to cause the most issues? Definitely Ollie.
If he can do a bit of everything, whereas Kane and Tony a bit more coming to feet, they want it into their chests and stuff like that. They're not going to spin off and running behind.
He'd drag Van Dijk away. He'd drag Van Dijk away, and that's going to open. You know what I'm saying?
The only issue I have, and this, I don't know if it can be partly Kane. Let's be real, like Harry Kane has proven goals over the seasons and stuff. I think he's had a poor Euros, but a lot of players have as well. But I feel like the way England have played a lot of these teams so far in this tournament, when you look at them, right, we had Serbia. A lot of them are going to more sit back. You know, we played Slovakia. I think it was in the group stages. They sat back. Denmark had been the only team that I feel like did come on to us after we scored, and we didn't really know how to deal with it. England, and then you played in Switzerland in the obviously the knockouts, and then we played Slovenia where it went to penalties extra time. So it went to extra time when Kane scored the header. When you look at all them teams, we've played 6 matches, or say 5 or 6 matches, and all of them bar one, which was Denmark. A lot of them have sat back and said, right, England, come and break us down. You know, Switzerland weren't doing much on the weekend. Let's be real. As much as we were poor, they scored, but they weren't creating loads. They weren't getting in behind and penetrating. I feel like the way Dutch play football, and everyone knows, they're not going to come on Wednesday and sit back at the Dortmund Stadium and say, yeah, England have the ball and try and break us down. The way the Dutch play and the Spanish play, they want to be expansive. They want to get on the ball. They want to try and attack you. You can have Gakpo, Marlon, whoever, if Tijani Reinders in midfield, they're going to try and express themselves. For once, I feel like it might be horses for courses where Saka, Foden, Kane, it might be one of their best games of the tournament so far, because I feel like they will give us space to try and hit them in transition and do that. And whether it's them lot or not, whether Palmer comes on, whether Tony comes on, I just think the attacking side of the game will be better. And I don't think we'll play great football, but styles make fights.
Where I see the problem is Bellingham, Foden, Kane all take up similar positions in the pitch, and they all drop deep and play that middle role. They all want to do let me get in, let me play the last boy in behind and be that. Like Kane wants to do that so bad, but then you have those two doing it, and they're all in the same space and they look confused, and that's why they're not linking up well together. It's those three that can't link up well. I feel like the wingers and everyone else is working fine, but those three are just not connecting. So look, I don't see a problem with dropping one of them, but I think if you drop Kane, you're dropping, let's be honest here, the person that is the best finisher in the team. So when you get a big chance, you're going to need him on the pitch. Kane is clinical. Like at the end, I know he's not had a great Euros,
and I think he'll get a chance in this game against the Netherlands because the way they play.
I'm not going to lie. When it comes to creativity, Kane is probably one of the better ones out of most of them as well. Because when Kane does drop in deep, he can make those passes.
But we don't need him to do that. We've got players that can do that.
We don't need him to do that. But the caveat would be is to play 2 strikers. Drop him instead of playing Foden and Bellingham. Drop one of them, play 2 strikers, have Tony going up top, and you already know Kane's going to drop in behind playing those balls in. So for me, the way I see it is you've just either got to play to Kane's strengths and play to how Kane plays. Southgate's got to do that and be like, look, Kane's going to do this. We've got to adapt to that, or adapt to the, as you say, Bellingham and Foden, and then maybe start with Tony. But
can I just ask you, bro, why can't Kane adapt to the team then and just stay in the box? You know what I mean? That it's. Go ahead.
I think because of Mourinho, I think Mourinho's got in since Mourinho came to Tottenham, he sort of got it into his head that look, you are the best player, you are the player and you're gonna take control. And Kane knows he's got that ability to drop in deep and play that role. He's done it for Tottenham, he's done it for Bayern at a high level. So I don't think he's gonna be willing to stop his game and drop that from his game to the benefit of the other players. I'm not saying whether that's right or wrong, by the way. I'm not here defending Kane and saying that's right, because I've been a Tottenham fan saying that Kane should stay up top. And when he left, I wasn't that bad because he wasn't doing the job that a striker needs him to do. But for England need to adapt to the way that their best players play, and they're not doing it for Foden, so they're gonna have to do it for Kane.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just I've kind of, you know what it is? I'm gonna sit here and say, out of all the teams we faced so far in knockouts, whatever, I really don't fear the Dutch. I really don't. I don't believe in none of. I don't believe in none of them.
That might be your famous last words, my friend. You know what I mean?
I've been saying, you say yeah, but then I've been saying famous words throughout this whole tournament. And if that's the case, innit? I've been saying all the lines, name it. Monsters saying, "Oh, you're gonna go out to here, you're gonna go out to them, you're gonna do." You ain't done it yet, mate. I just don't fear the Dutch. I'll be real. Bergwijn, don't fear him at all, mate. Don't even get me started on that.
That attack been like one of the best in the.
I'm telling you now, Gakpo.
I really hope no one's doing
one sec. Gakpo's been one of the best players at the tournament, right? But I think Walker locks him up. I'm gonna be honest. It's like Prem players. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not scared of none. I'm not scared of none of them.
What about Xavi Simons? You're not
Wait.
Xavi Simons is probably been the most. Look, at the start of the talk, I saw some nice things. Overall,
I've seen Denmark.
He's not been it. He's not been it.
Why are we talking like why are we talking like we bad up teams? Every team has had our number, apart from maybe Switzerland in the second half.
He's also sitting there saying like Walker will have Gakpo. Walker's had a terrible.
England have been shocking.
He's had a terrible. Walker was getting worse.
That's because Simmons is tidy. The brother is had an overrated tournament as well.
I swear to God, when Xavi Simmons hits that dagger in Newcastle, it's going to be crazy, bro.
Will move to that whole midfield.
Oh, what Reinders? You moved to Reinders. Reinders and what's the other one?
Shotton.
That guy was moving me in there.
You man are moving like. The Dutch flips are just as flimsy, if not worse, at the back, bro. Don't even try that with me.
But no one's putting these men on a pedestal, Casper. You're putting
Yes, I am putting England on a pedestal.
Yes, he's getting excited.
I'm saying no one. Hold on. No one is putting them. No one's sitting there and putting the Netherlands on a pedestal. But the way we're talking about England is that we've been badding man up. I watched Declan Rice drown in multiple games. I saw Kane at the edge of our box against Switzerland. We have not put in a convincing performance all tournament. All tournament we've been shit. All tournament. Now we come up against listen. The competition is slightly rising because let's be honest, we haven't faced a Spain. We ain't faced a proper team. Switzerland are actually a good team. Yes, they dumped out Haley. Switzerland are a good team, and we were lucky to get past them. I would personally
think. I think the Dutch are the best team we're going to face. The Dutch are the best so far that we're going to play.
100%. Dutch have played some good football. I don't know who's is it Shouten? Am I saying his name wrong? Shoot, begins with an S.
I know you're talking about. The guy next to is Reinders. He's cooking.
I love Reinders.
He's been moving me, bro. He's decent.
He's passing, bro. He's passing.
They're not going to run things around us, but they're not going to run things around us. And England have looked better since you've gone to a 3 at the back. But England are very susceptible. And I don't know. We need to get this game done, bro. For me,
we'll beat them on penalties too.
I think now, what I was going to say, the 3 at the back, I think the 3 at the back was more just to match Switzerland. I think he goes back to a back 4. But I just feel like the Dutch are like us, literally, in terms of, I think they play a bit better than us, but they've got players that can produce moments. Like, I don't think Gakpo, Daniel Malin, Xavi Simons are amazing, but in moments, they can produce something. The same as England, with Foden, with Bellingham, with Kane. Yeah, they could do exactly. And on the counter, they're going to be a threat.
Go on, finish.
Yeah, and I was going to say, then you look at it, as much as people don't really like Dumfries, players like that, they just keep running up and down all day. I feel like Trippier, you got to have one of your best games, because I'm telling you now, Dumfries is going to be trying to exploit him on that left-hand side, because he's going to get up and down.
Bro, imagine Frimpong comes on here, 70th minute against Kyle Walker. against Kyle Walker, bro.
Bro, man,
You
but
know
you
what?
man are forgetting about Wout. Wout, bro. This why do man act like this guy does not come on?
Like at the Netherlands, he actually cooks. I can't lie to you, man.
Bro, listen, he's not the greatest player, but certain men know how to step up for their country. Certain men have it, certain men
like
don't.
a Giroud, man.
Bro, he comes on and he knows his job. He knows his job. Bro. And every time he's come on, he's not turned the game around, but he's given the Netherlands that boost.
He gets about. Yeah.
He puts himself about. It opens up space for Gakpo. It opens up space for Xavi. Opens up space for all of these guys. All I'm saying, if we let the Netherlands play, we could like
what like just like Austria, yeah, that one there when they played, yeah. Last like France when they played and still did nothing. The thing is, they lack a lot of bite. The only bite they've actually got, let's be honest, is Gakpo.
Don't England though.
You man are moving. No, I'm not saying no. We're not. But guess what? We are. We're more solid than them. That's the difference. We're way more solid than. Yeah, way more solid than
how?
Are we? How?
We can see bare chances. Are you mad?
We can see bare chances.
Have you seen the goals that we've conceded, my friend?
Check. If anyone watched the Turkey game as well, bro, these man, when it comes down their flanks, they are sus.
Turkey,
they don't even scramble. Some over. You know what it is, yeah? No, I'm not allowed to happen, yeah? You lot are downplaying England, but at the same time, even though I'm putting them on a pedal, you're trying to put Netherlands on this stool like they're anything good, because they haven't. They haven't.
No, wait,
we're just trying to come to a point, my friend. We're just trying to come to a point.
You lot, you know what it is? Mons
is a talk to him. George, talk to him.
Mons is a certified England hater. You lot told me. One sec, George, one sec. You, man, tried to tell me Switzerland are going to boss, man. People in the chat and that. Guess what? They ain't boss nothing. They don't do nothing. Austria might not course.
Better than us.
Guess where they're out? Yeah, but guess where they are? Guess where they are? Out. They're out. Like Austria, play good football, you're out. Let me know if
guys,
this is let Martin. Wait, I want to ask Martin because I know Martin. Wait, one sec. Sorry, George, because I just know Martin's been. I know he wants to say that. Martin, do you think Cassie's been overly confident? How are you feeling about it?
Majorly overly confident. Majorly. But listen, I get it. We're in a summer and everyone's getting excited again, and the nation's there, and I understand it. And then in 2 weeks or a week, whenever it is, see, I don't even know when the final is. I don't care that much. England, I just can't be arsed with England.
Because and that's the right attitude to have.
People sit there and they go on about, folding this and this guy that and God, and like it's going to trigger. I don't actually care. Here's my thing. I only cared about Foden or KDB coming back to my club fit as a fiddle. Because I know they'll cook at my club. I know they'll perform at my club. Because you don't have a B-Tech PE teacher in charge of them.
Like Koeman's anything greater. Koeman's not a better manager than Southgate. That's the maddest part. They're the same.
Whoa.
They're the same.
Hey,
they're the same. Koeman is shit. Koeman is shit.
Come on, bro.
There is a PE teacher in charge of England. I don't care.
Shit.
Koeman's done more than Southgate, bro. Come on, bro.
Koeman's dusty. It's not. It's the
where is this elite copium come from? Like, because England, like, I got if this was pre-tournament, and you're believing in the hype, you're trying to get built up for the tournament. Oh, we're gonna do something this year. But we're now like 5 games into the tournament, and we've watched. You've watched the performances. You can't be convinced of these performances and sit there and tell us you can't sit there convincingly tell us that these performances have led to you believing that England can do something in this game or even do something in this tournament, because they haven't been convincing in any of them. And look, I agree. The Dutch have been up and down. They've had a few good games, but they've also had games that have looked a bit shaky. So they aren't amazing. But at the same time, England aren't amazing too. So this is literally a battle between 2 mediocre teams that it could go either way. So when you're trying to rub out this Netherlands team, you got to remember the England team is just as rubbed. The defense is meaty. You're sitting there trying to guess at Walker and them, and Walker's been shit. Walker's actually had a rubbish tournament.
Nah, these men are worse. These men are worse. I mean, they're worse. You know what it is? It's just bare foreplay, no lube. Like, it's the same shit. Like, it's nothing there. It's the same thing in England. Don't get me wrong. England be dusty, but the difference is England can make a difference with their subs. Man are bringing on Vermin and shit like that, bro. They're dusty. The thing is, you can talk about Frimpong. What's he done this tournament? Let me know. He had one decent game when he got a start, and Bergwijn gets a nod. Who gives a fuck? So this is what I mean. You don't want to big up next man, hyped up man from next leagues like Xavi Simons, but again, dusty. We got told, Rangnick, great coach. Where Austria? Out. The fact is, we can play shit And the thing is,
who said Rangnick's a great coach? Wait,
bro. If you been on holiday, G, you ain't been seeing streams, have you?
Well, I'm just saying because I remember when we used to speak about, we used to banter about Rangnick when he was your manager. So great coach must be a massive stretch.
So, anyways, the fact is, yeah, don't ever try to put a Netherlands Koeman team above the pedestal in any shape, way, or capacity. When I feel like we've got way more game changers in our team compared to what they have. We have bare more moments players which we've been feeding off of than what Netherlands have got. Memphis,
it's all well of good having talent on the bench.
Memphis is this bad boy, yeah. Memphis is this bad boy.
Driving at 20 miles an hour.
I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to
hear it. It's all well and good having that. Driving at 20 miles an hour.
It's mad. It's mad.
That's what Southgate's got.
It's all right, man.
You're right. Southgate has got all the talent. He doesn't let them use their talent. He puts the handbrake on
running from your heritage. What's this about your Dutch? What's happening?
I don't, bro. I'm more. Look. My dad's got my English side's my dad, isn't it? So it is what it is. It's more in tune.
Why are you running up your heritage like that, calling them dead and that, bro? What's going on?
Allow it, man. My granddad can go do one, bro.
It's gonna be interesting. Do you know
all
what?
Cats is missing is the red MAGA hat. What? Because I'm proud to be English. You fucking nonce. Shut up, man.
I'm proud to be English. I'm not proud to
be. Don't be patriotic. Because so what? You can't tell me shit. Kingsley, breaking news: Chelsea finally have a new medical team. I see that. That's big. That's big news, you know. And I see you getting it. I see you getting it as well. It's the old rugby don and the Bournemouth guy. He only recently went there, not even that long ago. You lot finally shaping up. Something that was being complained about. I think Man United got rid of like how many physios as well. So yeah.
Hopefully he does well, man. That's what we need him to do, bro. Less injuries the better.
Huh?
I said the less injuries the better. Hopefully he does a good job.
Well, yeah, man. And I still don't know how. Why are you seeing this Gallagher news?
Yeah, they already put in a bid previously. They put in like a 16.8 million bid.
Did?
Atletico previously.
I thought I heard something about Spurs. I was about to say, no way.
No, Atletico. But like,
keep me away from that guy, Archie Gray. That's really good, man.
Listen, man. Listen, there's another spot available for you at Tottenham, right? Ring the peas, man. Ring the peas. But honestly, I don't think he would go to your club, bro. He won't go to your club, by the way. He's like his family's actual Chelsea fan, so I don't think they'll ever allow him to actually go to play for Spurs. So I don't see that.
Well, I'm saying Gallagher. If they're trying to bring up a 50 million bid for Gallagher, I guarantee you're going to go in for this Omar Rodion guy with the swap deal.
That's what's gonna happen, bro. Omar Rodion's gonna come to the club. I already knew that. 2 days ago, there was a report that basically the club are still in contact with the player. So it makes sense that they do like a part exchange of Gallagher, and maybe they add an extra like 5-6 million or something like that for the Omar Rodion guy. Even though I don't personally rate the player myself, but it is what it is.
What are you thinking on that, man? You're kind of gone quiet on the front of Gallagher for Spurs. I think they don't want him after the way Ange spoke about him was on ITV. I knew it was never happening. Never. It was done.
What did Ange say?
Ange was just kind of criticizing Gallagher in the England performance, and he was only on for like 45 minutes. That's the maddest part. I can't remember word for word, but the way he was describing him was thinking, yeah, this guy saw this and said, I don't know what the hell Tottenham scouts are looking at because this guy is dusty.
Chiesa is actually going to apparently Villa. Apparently Villa are trying to get Chiesa.
Chiesa?
Yeah, literally from like Juve.com. Just literally
yeah, well, Zaniolo dead anyway, so they can just go out Zaniolo and get Chiesa in.
You know that's another crazy one, bro. They literally upgraded on Zaniolo. That's crazy, man. Hey, big up.
But yeah, man, more of that. I'm tired. Chilwell Interest, man. What's going on?
Well, that one.
Let me sell him. Can I sell him? Can I sell him quickly? Like, let me just.
Go on, you pitch, and then Alan Sugar will respond.
Okay, listen. First things first. I know you guys are going for that proper British, team. The England team. Chilwell fits the bill there, of course. Listen, he's great going forward. He's got a shot on him. He's got a cross on him. Listen, man. Back up for Luke Shaw. Listen, man.
Barely got a knee like Luke Shaw as well.
Exactly. That's it, man. Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. 20 million as well. Listen, 20 million for Chilwell. I'm happy, bro. 20 million as well, like for backup. I'm loving it, man.
Do you know what? There's one rumor that I could never believe, and it'll be that. I'm sorry, does not fit the age profile, does not fit the wages that he's on as well at Chelsea to then come to Manchester United to be a backup. He's 28 this year. I'm not worried. I'm not moved. I know Man United and Chelsea are probably just trying to talk it up to try and get like the news aggregator going, or try and get other clubs who maybe are actually interested in Chilwell to actually increase their offers or put something concrete down. Man United ain't going for there. You know, the same way that we've been linked to Chilwell, been linked to Gutiérrez from Girona today. He's 23. He's got a release clause. That's a more feasible move. I know Man City obviously own the club, so they might try and, you know, make it a bit difficult for us. But at the end of the day, he's got a release clause. So that's that. And I just feel like Man United, for once, the way we're moving, it's not going to be anything where it's amazing. I'm like, we're going to sit here and challenge for the league. I'll be delusional to say that. But the way we are, you know, when Joshua Zirkzee, we're looking at De Ligt, who's 24, Gutierrez, who's 23, whether he comes or not, will be maybe another left back. Agate, 24. You know, these players, when you think about it, they're all within that 40 million sort of price market. And that's exactly how I want to see the club move. At the end of the day, we know we need to sell players, but we haven't got loads of money to spend. We need to get the right sort of players in terms of the positions, get the right profiles, get the age demographic going, and build it from there. And I do believe that if we can have a good window, Man United, top 4, and I want to try and win that Europa League. And it's simple as that. But yeah, Chilwell, nothing in that. You know, that's just to drive up interest from other clubs. And I'm happy with how Man United are doing their thing. Like someone says there, United, we're moving smooth. You get me? Just like my head top. Smooth.
You know how you're moving? I'll tell you exactly how you're moving. You're moving like we did with Omar Barada.
And was that a good thing?
Yeah, because this is exactly what you're doing. By the way, because Gutiérrez was on our radar, and then obviously Omar Barada left, and then that deal went.
And now we've opened talks with him
because he's on loan from Real Madrid at Girona, and I think it's Real Madrid who actually own him.
Right.
And Real Madrid do have a buyback on him. I don't think it's a high buyback. I think it's someone said about 10 million. Chilwell again was somewhat we've always, even though he's always been linked with Chilwell over the last sort of 10 years. That link's always been there. So again, the link into Chilwell at United doesn't surprise me. And Zirkzee is exactly the type of player that Omar Barada loves. A goal scorer, but not a prolific guy, you know, sort of around that 13, 14, 15 mark, 22, 23, good 30 million quid. It's everything that Omar Barada brought into Manchester City. I don't think, you know, it will improve you. I'm not saying you're going to challenge for the league. I think, you know, that's 2, 3, 4 years down the line. But you will
it gives us a base, something to build on.
I hate to say it. You're now getting what you wanted. You basically become Manchester City's B2B team. So well done.
Well, I don't. Well,
you got to be happy, Cass, when you look at it. Like Agate, De Ligt, Gutierrez, potentially Zirkzee. Like these are smart signings. It's 120 million. You could get us all 4.
Thing is,
last year, we're spending 120 million on Onana and bloody Mason Mount.
The thing is, though. Let's be honest now, and this is what fans do need to obviously be careful of. It's very, very early in the window, and we all know that teams. My team does it myself. Start of the window, they always throw out the big names. They throw out the nice and pretty ones. They get all the fans gassed up. You're hearing the as you said, the Gutierrez, all these players that you're linked with. But then when you actually start putting the bids out there and the money starts talking, that's when they start shying away from these players because the prices aren't matching what they're actually looking for.
But that's the best. That's the best thing about this. Gutierrez is a 34 million release clause.
Yeah, we're going for people with release clauses.
All of these are in and around that price range. But then again, like they've said, Man United don't have a big budget this summer. So once you start picking up a few of them,
who told you that?
Listen, that's a lie, man. Every season they say you're not. No, bro. I'm sorry. You know what it is. I know, bro, but the reality is, bro, every year we hear United's big budget. We're not got enough money to buy people, and then you're hearing they're buying guys for 60, 70, 80 million pounds. So.
No, I don't think they're going for that kind of. I think it's more smart signings than just going out for like a.
I don't think United are going to spend nearly as much as they have in the previous windows. I don't think they're going to go.
You need to look for sales like Casemiro.
That's what we want, though. We want to sell players like the Maguires, McTominays, and generate some money. We've got Martial, Varane, and Casemiro still might potentially lead. That's wages.
Sancho, Mason Greenwood,
and that's what we're doing now. If we can sign these 35 to 40 to 45 million pound players, you can get 5 of them for about 160 million, which actually is you're spending similar money, but you're getting volume. Rather than getting 2 or 3, hoping it works.
You know what they're doing? United are buying the players to turn them into top
players. Yeah, they're buying them before they turn.
They're trying to come away from this 29, 30, 31-year-old model ready-made. Look at us, paying $500,000 a week,
exactly.
And they flop. And then you can't get them out the door.
I just think at the moment, you know, United fans are all in high spirits because they're seeing a few names and they're hearing like the start of the rumors and stuff. But once it actually plays out, that's when we can, you know, really see where Man United land. I don't really believe in all these top players going to go to Man United, not because of their choice. I just don't think Man United's going to pursue all of them. And as we've seen over the years,
we're only talking Zersky, De Ligt, Ugarte, and potentially a left back.
Braithwaite as well. Is that dead in the water?
I don't think that will happen.
I don't think that will happen. I don't think so.
I'm worth 80 million quid.
The thing is, with 30 million difference.
Million plus. So that's
I'm
the
surprised you didn't go for Chalobah, to be honest. Because I thought you guys were going to go for Chalobah. He's only 25 million.
I think,
even though I don't want him to leave, even I wouldn't want him to leave personally. Like, I'm surprised that he didn't.
Be careful. I will let you all know now. Omar Brada has a relationship with David Ornstein.
Good then.
Omar Brada, no, what I mean is doesn't always share in the proper names. Did it with us a lot.
I don't even know. All I know is that we're definitely in talk.
Sometimes games, I know there was this thing of Omar Brada and Ornstein were very close. Because that's where we noticed when Barada left City, Ornstein stopped getting City stuff.
That's kind of obvious. Then you're kind of right in that notice, in that notion. Yeah. That's actually true. The thing is, City thing's all quiet. But even with United, I don't know. All I know is that definitely talking with a guy and negotiating. Apparently, with 10 million now in difference between or something like with
20 million, bless
15, sorry, or something like that. De Ligt and Zirkzee looks like that's done pretty much. Obviously, we never know. He can collapse at any point. And then the whole thing is the left back part. But the thing is, I want to know who the other centre back is. So this is great. I know Casemiro's got up. He's in negotiating with Saudi to go wherever. Sancho, Greenwood, that will get dealt with within probably next week or two, in my opinion.
That's Lindelof
looks like he's going to link up with Mourinho over there for some peanuts. But the thing is, it's like, I feel like if you're going to get a left back, that means you're probably going to look at Luke Shaw going as a backup player now, as a left centre back that can play left back as well at the same time for the season. Who's the other right centre back? That's what I want to know. We're lacking on that department. And the thing is, you can't expect multiple deals to happen at the same time, innit? You have to wait. I think that backup centre back, wherever it is, whoever it may be, is going to come later in August. Because you can't expect 5 signings to be done in 23 days. That's just, for me, that's just...
The only thing I am confident about, Cass, and Martin would definitely be able to vouch for me on this, is that when you look at Pep Guardiola and since City come in, since he went to City, and they do their business early. You've never seen Man City, and I've always respected City for this. You never get to August the 31st, August the 25th, or the second week of the season when they've lost a couple games and they're like, oh, let's panic buy. City, a lot of their signings are always pre-agreed, like the Gundogan's ones and stuff like that, and they arrive just when the season ends, or they get them in early before pre-season. Now, we've got guys like Jason Wilcox, like Omar Barada and stuff coming in from City. Them sort of models that have actually led to them being successful, because overall you've got to look at the whole framework. It's not just going out on the pitch and winning. It's about the organisation behind the scenes. Why I like that Man United are trying to get Zersky in now. They're trying to get De Ligt in now, which are 2 key positions, by the way. It's part of the spine. Centre-back, striker. You want to get these players in early because they want to get into pre-season. They want to be adjusting to the manager, getting used to the squad, and then going into the first game of the season, not feeling like they're rushing. They've got to try and move their stuff over from Germany, this and that. No, they're settled. They're accustomed to the climate. It's like, right, let's hit the ground running. So I don't think Man United are going to be doing this August the 25th to August the 31st last-minute deal business. I do genuinely believe that we want to get a couple players in now. We're going to get a couple players in early August and try and get the ball rolling. So when we're getting into August and the end of when the season begins, we're not panicking. We're not trying to then forcefully get rid of players. We're not forcefully trying to buy when clubs can overprice the players. And that's what I do feel like Omar Barada, Jason Wilcox and them guys will bring organisation. Let's get business done early and give Ten Hag, for him, obviously staying on for another 2 years potentially, the best platform to succeed.
10 games.
You know, and I'm hoping that's what they do.
10 games, Ty. He's got 10 games.
Hopefully he does well. But you know what I mean? I think Barada and these guys, they don't want to do this last minute shopping. Like, it's like getting new Christmas presents December the 23rd. You don't want to be doing that. You're rushing around, driving around.
We all do that. We all do that.
But no, but I feel like Man City have never. But the thing is, what I'm saying to you, Man City and Martin Wood, they've never done that. Man City, they've done early. I want them to bring that over to us.
But last year, Mateus Nunes and all that last year, like that was done late.
No,
was it seen as good business though? Was it seen as good business?
It was business done early. Martin's never on a stream stressing about Man United. Man City hasn't signed anyone. Come to August 31st, he knows come the first game of the season, They've got their base.
I think the difference with Man City is, like you say, I think they identify their targets very early, and they just know.
And that's what we need
they
to
generally
do.
just choose when they want to go for that player in the window.
Actually, how about this?
Well, because of the Euros. Look at the Euros. Nobody knows who's coming back injured. Players are coming back fit. Are they gonna?
There haven't been any big moves for any players in the Euros. So
nobody's doing anything at the moment.
The thing with City, they got a whole 5-year model plan. When a player gets old, they look at what they need to bring in terms of age and stuff. Their model is crazy. If you watched any of the
one senior player
if you see any of the Man City documentaries and stuff like that, you see I think there's a scene with Tiki and Pep Guardiola. They got a big board and they kind of explain it a little bit as well. It's mad how they do think that they know their targets for, like, in hindsight, they got all their scout targets of young players that might become something, and they'll get moved up the list in case they've done better. That's how their scouting works, and that's what Liverpool used to have that should now have again potentially as well, because I think that got a little bit lost. It's mad how they move, but you know who's moving as well? Liverpool is back on the radar again once, but this time for a centre back. Allegedly, anyways, even in Standard came out of it, and another source came out of it.
They've been looking for a centre back for time, though, haven't they?
Bremer. Now, if there's anyone that's exactly like Konate in terms of style, I think you get Bremer. In my opinion, I think he's actually a decent centre back. I think he's quite underrated. But he's good, but he's a bit stiff, but he's good. Like, I think especially if you got an option, him and the Konate, that'd be bricks. That'd be bricks.
I mean, I've actually watched too much of Bremer. Like, that's a bit of a, I don't know what to really think of that. Listen, I can't really speak too much on the defender. I haven't watched too much, but he does have it. Like, his name rings around. Has anyone actually watched him proper? Because
I've seen a few games from him. I've seen a few games of Juve just from last year alone and early in the season and whatnot. He looked.
I watched him the season before.
You know what it is, yeah. I think it was Torino where he came from. That's when he was bad. And then, but the thing is,
he won defensive player of the year for certain.
I don't like. You know what it is? I thought Bremer worked quite well, but with Allegri, the thing is with Allegri, it's always going to be Allegri tax for me. The way he has his defense and all that set up, like, it kind of suits the defender, but at the same time, it's a bit. I don't think it expresses his.
They soak up so much pressure. It highlights a lot of their mistakes. The same as Conte ball. Because they soak up so much pressure, there's so much like focus on the defense. When they make a mistake, it's a big mistake in a game, and it's going to cost them. So, like, again, like you said, I wouldn't take anything away from Bremer. I think he's a solid defender. If he's going to come in to compete for Liverpool, not be a guaranteed starter, he's more than good enough to come into that position and play that role. He's someone that's starting at Juventus at the moment, and he's been a solid player for them throughout the time. So that's a good sign.
As well. He's 27. It's not like he's a young age learning his trade. He's 27 and that. Like,
he can log off at times.
I've only watched him in a couple of games.
He can log off at times. That's the only. He can log off a bit at times, defensively. So that's the only thing I have against.
It's concentration. Like in the Prem, that's one thing you can't do, and I think that's
where can't log off. Yeah,
that's where Koulibaly struggled.
But you see, when you were talking about left backs, Cass, I just remembered one. The one left back people should be looking at. You had a great tournament. That Turkish guy,
Kajoglu, yeah.
Kajoglu,
apparently, guess who's in for him right now? Have a guess.
Brighton, I said something like that, isn't it? Brighton.
Brighton.
Brighton always do that.
Arsenal were interested in him at some point, but now they're getting Calafiori in it. So Kajoglu, apparently, he's only 70 million. He's still, and they just got Wi-Fi. They're about to rebuild the rebuild easy.
Losing Gross is going to be a big loss for them. I'll be honest.
Where's Gross gone? Did he go back to Germany?
He's about to go to Dortmund.
Dortmund. That's a good buy. I think he deserves a big move. Pascal Gross is one of the more underrated players in the Prem. Multiple positions as well. He kind of reminds me a little bit like Lima.
I was even looking. He's older than he's 33 now. So fair play, Brighton. Maybe just want to get some fresh legs in there as well. So maybe it's the right time.
Exactly.
Who you look at? Who are your centre back targets that you know other than Inacio as well? Because I've only seen you link with 2, but there might be a couple other ones. I'm just surprised. Again, we talked about it last night. It's just the lack of movement is either Liverpool are silent about stuff.
I mean,
but things get denied.
Let's not like there haven't been whispers. Like, there was the whole Somerville thing. Anthony Gordon's been mentioned. There was the mention, obviously, the Inacio links. I think when it comes to centre backs, there was Calafiori light link. There was links there as well.
Oh yeah, that Gertrude guy as well. There was
earlier on in really early in the window. Edison was one of the earlier links in the window as well. So there has been whispers, but no like tier 1 Ornstein Ornstein bombs.
You know what I think it is though with Liverpool, especially when you've got a new manager coming in. He's only just started to assess the team yesterday. Like preseason just started, so he needs a chance to assess the actual centre backs for like a good week before he wants to actually start choosing who he needs to sign or what type of centre back he wants to sign.
And also, George, don't forget they've got Michael Edwards back, who's the king of moving quiet.
Exactly.
But he's the CEO. That's a bit different. A bit of a different role.
He's going to be involved. He's still definitely going to be involved.
He's a CEO. That means he controls everything, bro. So he's making sure it's major leagues. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, you got to understand the role of a CEO compared to what the director of football or sports director does compared to it. CEO's got other things to do. You can plan out how you want to move.
Though, is he not? He's not CEO of like.
You plan the philosophy of structure of how things are done, but when it comes to like going for the negotiations and all that kind of stuff, that's down to your director of football to go and work. And whatever little bits you got going on, maybe he can put his hand in it because remember he's got his own company technically and all that. So I'm pretty sure. But this is we got to see what Richard Hughes can do.
Yeah, that's unfortunately the boring but truthful answers to what's going on. I still think that, as I said, like because the Euros are still going on. Sluts said it. Wow. All right, guys, I'm logging off. No, I'm joking. Slot said it himself, innit? He said he wants to get a good, like what George said, he needs to look at the players. He needs to have conversations of where he wants certain players to play, because there's still conversations about people like Trent, people like Gakpo. Where are they gonna play? You know what I'm saying? He needs to sort that out before he starts looking at signings. And it's understandable, it's frustrating as Liverpool fans, but at the same time, I still stand by it. No one's made major signings yet. Obviously, some teams are closer than other teams, but no one's really made massive moves as of now. You know what I'm saying? What man, I'm saying Sancho rejected Liverpool. What's going on?
Wait, what?
Right, it's Alfredo Padula, bro. It's not reliable. I don't know why people.
Yeah, he is for Italian transfers. He is for anything else, nah.
Yeah.
And
there's this Rio Nagumha. I don't know how you say his name, from Chelsea.
Apparently he's a wonder kid.
Yeah, man, he's next Musiala and that. So I've already got my title for my next video, but I don't really know. I said I've seen some comps and I've looked. He does look pretty good, but you see with the academy thing, you just gotta wait till you see these men play at a men's football level before you really jump the gun. You know what I'm saying? But Chelsea fans are saying he's special. So I don't know.
Yeah, from my
literally everyone's special until they play men's football.
We'll see, but you know it is, man. Right now,
the amount of things I've been seeing about even our academy, the Spurs. I'm just like, bro, like just let's see them play in the Premier League for a couple of games before you judge them, because all of our academies have great players, but some players are generally just made for academy football. Once they take the step up to men's game, it's completely different. So let's just let them play out and see how it is, because far too many times, man, people put these expectations on young players and they never perform.
True.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens anyways. Hopefully there's something else that goes on tonight.
We broke the race structure for a minute. So
what are we saying though tomorrow? What are we saying? France, Spain. What's your prediction?
I hope France go out, man. They're pissing.
I think France can't keep getting away with murder like this, but I think Spain have to get it done in 90 minutes. Otherwise, I think France,
I hear you.
France do the we've been here before. We've been here before.
I'm trying to think here. Do you know how I'm looking at it? Yeah, I'm trying to think, who would I rather England play in the final to have a better chance?
I'd say France, especially right now. If you
I love the way you've all got England in the final.
You'd want to play France because Spain.
If we get to the final, you know what I mean.
I think
Spain
it's gonna be
good football, so Spain are going to be the biggest problem. That's what
I think it's going to be France, man. I think France are going to win.
I want Spain out because I'm shameless. I want Rodri to have a few more days rest. So
yeah, I think France 1-0, man.
So I'm just being shameless.
I'm going to say France 1-0 as well. I think France. I'm not France. Spain 1-0. Sorry, Spain.
Since Mbappe's broke his nose, that's got no bites. Mbappe FC and nothing more. Saliba FC. That's it. Done. It's just that's what's holding them on strings. I think Spain do them because it's the easy one to point towards, but Spain create good chances, man. They really do. It'll be interesting.
I feel like Spain, like I think what the Bridge said, if they got to get it done in 90, because when me and you were watching the game together, and you take off Williams and your mount, your pace outlet and that, and you bring on Azyabal, Ferran Torres. I'm sorry, but
the gap is crazy. I like you, man. The gap is crazy, bro. And like the thing is, man, you know, Spain are susceptible, to the counter attack. So if they lose the ball for transition, you get that to Dembele, or
yeah.
even Mbappe, in space. That's what
Even Bacola could see that
as well. Bacola, exactly, bro.
Mm.
Marnie, listen, I know he's not that great, but you know, if you give him a bit of grass to run towards, he can do something.
He's crying. He is cheeks, man.
Who's that?
He is cheeks.
He is cheeks, man. Like I know Elise and Nkunku, the likes of them, man, must be sitting there fuming, bro.
I mean, Nkunku can't be fuming, but
fuming. But just from a quality perspective, like bro, you're not as talented as man, bro. Why the hell, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, his PMP put to no use. What has he done? What has he offered? He's offered absolutely nothing all tournament.
Own goal, actually. Offered an own goal, technically.
Yeah, an own goal. You know what I'm saying? Spain kick ball, but they gotta get that job done in 90 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Like, they
anyways, I'm gonna catch you lot tonight, probably. So in a bit, smash the likes.
Like the video.
Smash the like, people. Man.